Hello, my name is Duncan Alderdice, and in this series I make short, daily, semi-daily videos in the morning of me documenting and working through the thoughts I'm having as I make progress in putting my life together again. We're getting closer with that. I don't know whether I like the again at the end. Like that's starting to, like I feel like I've done that enough times that like the point is there, and it's like if you always allude to the time that you did it before, like, I don't know, later on, it doesn't really make as much sense. But anyways, I digress. Is that a thing? That's a word. What is that from? I think I digress. I think the one I think about is Nikolai from Black Ops 1 Zombies saying it before a map. I forget which one those. Anyways. Oh, there's mosquitoes. One thing I'm going to think, okay, so actually, today, and by today I mean yesterday, same thing. I finished editing one of the videos and have it published, have a thumbnail, have an idea, and so that's good because like the first one is done, and we're going to set it for next Monday, so we have that 2-week buffer. That way I always have 2 weeks to kind of catch up. And so if I don't, like the ideal is I edit a video a day. If I can figure out how to do that a day, I want to know how to streamline that process to ensure that I can stick with it. But that there's enough buffer time that I can do it all in one day, or at least make significant leaps in one day. Like if like one day spent 4 hours doing it, okay, what's next and the next and the next? And then also keeping the graphics standard, like the intro, because it's interesting doing this again. I actually feel I have more experience having not just doing it for the first time, and so with that experience, I also have the perspective of seeing the other people who are doing it. I'm going like, okay, well, it makes sense why some of them have more videos and views than other ones, and then mine. Because when I look at my channel, it's not obvious to me what it is that the channel is about. Like at the current point in time, the more recent videos as well have all been. They haven't been in the start continue sort of thing, but it's just been a picture of me, or like the thumbnail is just me sitting down. And also, one thing I'm finding is I'm gonna stick with going for the walks, and in the morning I think it's a different medium or better. But the walk has a nice pace to it. It's also nice being in nature, but I don't know if you saw that. There was bug flu in my eye. That would be cool if you did see it. It has a different sort of style to it that you lack when you have me just sitting down and it's static. Like there's not as much movement. Whatever reason, that is a thing that's better. My hair's so floppy. Like I had a shower yesterday night, and when I do that then in the morning, it's also too long. So we're staying with the hood on. Okay. But so I'm seeing what I need to focus on and figure out and spend the time exploring is what is the niche that this is. Because when there's the Christian guy who's doing the day whatever of him building a business, it's like, okay, cool, that's that. And sometimes he does cold calls. But it's obvious to me, a person who didn't know him, what it was that I was getting from the video as he was doing the video. Now, the other thing is the fact that I don't know right now what it is that my specific thing is. Like, is it that I'm building a business? Like, that's a goal. Also, yesterday I had 2 interviews, and both of them went well. One of them in particular I liked. It was a second round interview, and so I'm going like, oh, I can see myself working there. And then so that means going like, okay, well, the business now gets put to the side in terms of a necessity of having to do it. But then it makes me have the perspective of going like, okay, well, if I had unlimited time and money, what would I do at that time? And probably start a business at some point. But like, what would that business be in? Because like, yes, right now I can build an outbound system. That could be the business, but then I can do that for job to get income. It's like, yes, there's more income, but like, where would I want to, what do I want to be doing with my time? Or living in that sense. And then that's where it's like the like, okay, well, I enjoyed the growth in helping someone else achieve their goals and something in line with personality. There's a bunch of different things I can say to it. The thing is, I don't know the answer exactly. And that's the point that I'm trying to make right here, is that I don't need to find out. But one of the great things with this is that I can find out. Here's how. So, because I'm making these videos, and also I've used Claude to code a transcriptifier thing that keeps and maintains the voice that I have in terms of the words and the flow with everything. Once that's transcribed, then I put it into a project in ChatGPT, who then takes those words, consolidates into like a 5-page document with like an executive summary, like key chapter points, like a YouTube description, as well as just kind of like more information from that I then can give to Claude as I'm like sort of training on what it is. And I like Claude as a thinking partner a bit more than, I can tell if that's a person or it's a person, so I'm going to turn around. But so if I do that, I wonder if you can still see me, if it's really impossible just because of the sun. I don't know. We'll find out. I'll keep you in the, is this different than that? Different than this? Different than that? The point I'm trying to make is that because I have a way to get the full transcript from the videos, and what AI is good at is consolidating and taking a lot of information in and then consolidating that, is I can quite literally ask the computer and extract from the computer, the robot, what it is that my thoughts are encircling and circumambulating around and towards, and if there's consistent themes. And again, also this is a type of thing that it's going to evolve over time. Like part of the appeal, I don't know if appeal is the right word, it wasn't the right word. Part of the reason why, no, but part of the point of the start continue idea-ness is like, rather like it's about kind of taking action. Like it's better to just start and do some sort of shitty attempt. I'm hoping the wind isn't as bad. It seems that this is the direction when I walk that the wind comes. So then, I think I said that yesterday as well. Anyways, that taking, okay, I'm really frustrated about the wind. I'm just so hyper aware. So if it's bugging your ears, I'm really sorry about that. Almost. I can spend all of this time really thinking through what it is that I actually want. Like what's the specific niche. I could just pick one, but then I feel like I don't know that that's necessarily the one I want to go down. How do I specifically commit to it? Is it a good reflection of the series? Is what I'm doing actually the pursuit of one particular task, or is it a self-documentary in a sense, and really the product or niche / service thing is the personality that I am, and then so everything that goes along with that, is that interesting enough? Okay. One thing that's a consistent theme is I am frustrated by the thing I'm walking on. Okay, so there's a bus coming, so I'm going to pause and I'll see you in a second. Okay, bus is gone. So then if I'm the personality that is the interesting thing of this, and that's what people are connecting with, I guess, then it can be open up into all of the sort of interests, and there's particular chapters of sub-goals that I have as far as the meta goal of trying to get my life together. But then at the same time that isn't necessarily as good. Like that's too broad and not clear enough and easy and digestible for someone who does not know who I am. Like, okay, it is a thing that just you got to keep doing. But so I guess one of the things that's nice is rather than me having to kind of remember through the thoughts that I'm having, is that I can, because these are being recorded, use that, look at that information myself, and then extract and try and test things out with it. So that's a thing that I'm going to be doing, because it also is something that can change over time. But it just is more, like right now, if the banner on YouTube just says become who you are, like that's great as a philosophy, but it tells me nothing about what the actual channel and the videos are going to be going on. But that's like maybe the channel's about this guy who's just walking through the wind and it's really annoying if you're wearing headphones. It could be. Okay, I'm curious what causes wind. Like, it's the difference in air temperature. Is it going to be windier when there's no sun? If I'm in the shade? That doesn't make sense, because it's probably because it's a long road with no obstacles like trees. Anyways, the point I'm trying to get to is that yesterday I finished editing a video, and I'm because this is the second time I have done this, I have the perspective and experience to understand the mistakes I made first time, reflect honestly, and analyze how what I did last time didn't work, and then make adjustments accordingly. And it seemed a lot more simpler this time, while at the same time it's very, like, I feel like I don't have a direction. I'm always trying to figure that out. And like the process of trying to figure out your direction isn't, I don't feel it's necessarily that like, oh, here's a video of, like, there's no finite end to it. It's not like, oh, I'm going to watch this guy start this and then continue until he reaches the end there. And then maybe there's a new thing that pops up. So trying to figure this out. But now there's more tools at the disposal that, if used properly and effectively, can help achieve that more efficiently. With that said, I appreciate you watching the end, and I know you know this already, but I'll say it again. If that desire is what drives you forward, the pain you're going through is necessary. That is why you need to believe in yourself, because you're more capable of doing great things than you give yourself credit. Lean in, aim up, and move forward. Yes, you can. Yes, you will.